Question number 2 is from Mike Madden. That's at Mike_Madden. People are selling stock on Bryce Young, Kyler Murray, and Tua Tagovailoa, but are the Jags in quarterback trouble? They're winning some games, but not because of Trevor. I would agree with this. Trevor Lawrence does not look great in Liam Cohen's offense to this point. They've won really on the strength of their running game, on an opportunistic defense that's been able to create turnovers on complementary football. So do we know now what Trevor Lawrence is? And I think that is the main thing you have to ask here. All right. So Trevor Lawrence obviously has had a little bit of a different indoctrination into the NFL. He came in with Urban Meyer as his first head coach. We all know how poorly that went. 2021 was basically a wasted year in the development of Trevor Lawrence. Then Doug Peterson comes in. They have this huge bounce in Trevor Lawrence's second year. It looks like Trevor Lawrence now is going to ascend and become a top 7 or 8 quarterback in the NFL for the foreseeable future. Then that tapers off. And by the end, that didn't look great. And some of that was the personnel around him. And now Liam Cohen comes in, a guy who was able to get a great level of play out of Baker Mayfield. Now Baker had already bounced back, but got a great level of play out of Baker Mayfield in 2024. Spent a lot of time around Matthew Stafford in Los Angeles. And your question becomes, okay, can he turn Trevor Lawrence around? And do we have the hard answer yet on who Trevor Lawrence is? I still think they give it another year. They've made such a deep investment in him. And I don't think that they're at a point where the Cardinals with Kyler or the Dolphins with Tua, depending on who's leading those operations, they might look at it after this year and say, we only have 1 year of guaranteed money left. The time to cut bait is now. He can go be somebody else's bridge quarterback. Maybe we eat some of the money to facilitate a trade and we move on. I don't think that's where the Jaguars are yet with Trevor. Trevor, again, will be going into his 6th year in 2026. That's where Tua is right now. So I think you give him at least another year. You see how that plays out. And, whether or not Trevor's going to be the long-term answer, I don't know. Certainly he hasn't lived up to the expectations a lot of people, myself included, had for him going all the way back to when he was a freshman at Clemson in 2018 and won the national title. So I still think it's TBD as far as what Trevor is as a player. If I'm the Jaguars, I'm going to give this at least one more year, though. I'm not going back into the quarterback wilderness quite yet.